So you've been in an accident, maybe your back's bothering you or your neck is bothering you, and you're going, you know what, I really need to see a professional chiropractor like Dr. Todd Black, but you go, I don't want to commute back and forth, I don't feel well enough to do so. So necessity is the mother of invention, and he, Dr. Todd Black, has got your back. Dr. Black, welcome back to the show.
Good to see you, John.
You've allowed me to call you Todd, is that okay?
Of course, Dr. Todd, whatever.
All righty, all right. Okay, so Dr. Todd. Okay, let's start first of all. I said necessity is the mother of invention. I'm surprised more people don't do this, but there is a lot of concierge services now that have been created. So tell me about how you came up with your concept.
Well, it all started just in chiropractic school. I wanted a portable table, which is what I use now, tables that I can easily fold up and put in my bus that comes to people or bring into their living room or family room or kitchen and unfold and then just work on them just like they were in a doctor's office. So I came up with the portable table way back in chiropractic school, and I thought, I'm going to get a table, I'm going to throw it in the back of a Ferrari, I'm going to drive around in California and work on movie stars. And instead I came to Louisville.
Okay, welcome.
And now I'm driving around working on people that are just as great as movie stars. So.
Now, I think a lot of times now, you said movie stars there, and I would think, okay, chiropractor to you, is it more expensive than going to an office?
No, it's not. I actually think that doctors make enough money already, and so I basically use the same fee schedule for at-home care and mobile care that I do in my office, which is on 2623 West Broadway in the West End, across from the Lyles Mall, where we take Anthem Blue Cross insurance, and also we take Passport there, in addition to the motor vehicle accident cases that we do a lot of there.
Okay, so I mentioned that someone may not be able to or feel like or have the inability to be able to commute to an office, so you come to them. So there are other reasons, though, too. I mean, like some people, I mean, nowadays work schedules and all that. Talk about that. It's not just people who are incapacitated. It's people who say, I'm busy, right?
Exactly. I was working in an office, and I would work there 9 to 5 or 6 or 7, whatever, and then I would have people that would not make their appointments, and I would just ask them what happened, why didn't you make it? And invariably they had a good reason. They would say, well, I had to work till 6 that night because they were in construction or something like that, or they would say, I have children that I have to pick up right after school and I can't get, you know, to the doctor's office before that, or something to that effect. And in fact, one person I had, they were so busy Christmas shopping and taking care of relatives that they were just practically were crying just to try to keep up with their rehabilitation schedule. And when I saw all that going on, I was like, there's got to be a better way. And I just decided, hey, I could take it to them, and started doing it. Like I said, I would just have a table in my car and take it to people's houses, and I did that for a few years. And then I decided to create this shuttle bus that had been remodeled to look like an office on the inside.
Nice.
And with electricity and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think it's important to point out that this doesn't mean you get lesser care. If you come to them, you have all the necessary equipment, right? It's all available there in your van.
Yes, chiropractic actually means hands, you know, with hands, chiro, hands. And so almost everything that a chiropractor needs to do can be done with the hands. And some chiropractors will tell you it's better when you're using your hands instead of using a machine. I was working for a doctor one time, and I was afraid some machine was going to put us out of business. He said, Doc, these hands.
Yeah,
Nothing
well, you can feel
these hands.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, and I agree. And then when you're talking to someone also, you can feel areas that a machine can't feel. It makes sense to me. I can understand that. Okay, so here's the question maybe a lot of folks are thinking about is, who have not been to a chiropractor. Does it hurt?
Oh, it shouldn't hurt, okay?
Yeah.
First of all, you're already hurt if you've been in a car accident, so the last thing you need is to get, you know, feeling worse, correct? So what you need to do as a chiropractor is basically start where people are. When people are, I call them fresh, when they've just had an accident, so when they're fresh, you know, you take it easy on people, and you kind of get to know the patient and their condition a little bit at a time. Some people have been to chiropractors before, and they're like, oh, just, you know, do whatever you want to do, and then other people, it's their first time. And I actually have seen, in my impression or my experience, the people that go to a chiropractor and they've never been before, and then that chiropractor maybe treats them just like, you know, someone that's been coming a bunch of times. That can sometimes be when people walk out with not a good experience. It just so many things happen so fast that they weren't sure what was going on. So it's just a good idea to go slow and get to know the patient, get to know the condition, and let them get to know more about chiropractic. And people's bodies actually respond differently over time. There are people that sometimes I'm working on, and it takes 2 weeks maybe to get them the results with that, you know, for that visit that we would have loved to have had on day 1, for example.
Okay, that makes perfect sense to me. I'm curious. Obviously, obviously being a doctor, you could have gone into, emergency room care or something. Why did you choose chiropractic work?
Well, chiropractic, it doesn't have many specialties like we see in allopathic medicine. They have, say, a physical therapy, radiology, and orthopedics. They don't really have a specialty in trauma care, but that's kind of what I liked. I like being able to take care of injured people and being able to run MRIs and see if we can get to the root of whatever's really bothering them, whatever damage that car accident did. And so that's why I personally like to work with patients that have been involved in trauma.
Interesting. So, and seeing improvement, and when they thought there's no hope for me, that has to be rewarding.
Well, it's great. People come in. I've seen people being carried in by their grown children, and then seeing them walk out, later on their own steam is a great thing. Yes.
So there's the obvious there, doctor, but also talk about maybe injuries we're not so aware of that you see. What kind of injuries do you see in your office and at their homes?
Okay. Well, most people, when they get in an accident, they get what we call whiplash, and that's sort of a layman's term, a generic term for sprains and strains of the spine, that includes the neck, the middle back, the low back, the sacrum, and the tailbones. It also, could include, well, the whiplash doesn't, but sprains and strains can occur in the shoulders and the knees, and so pretty much any joint is fair game to be sprained or strained in a motor vehicle accident, and chiropractors are really good at taking care of joints. And if for any reason you have some condition that I can't take care of myself, I'm going to make sure that you get to someone that can take care of that. So,
well, I'm glad you said that. I was going to ask that question: is what if it's more medically involved? You don't mind deferring people, and you can help them. And is it? I'm curious also about chiropractor to you, because I think it's such a great idea. Because I've been there before when I need to see a chiropractor, but I can't get up. So I wish it existed now. It does, thanks to you. But can you still do X-rays? How does that work?
Okay. Well, first of all, I got a wheelchair lift on my vehicle. If you need to, if you're in real bad shape, we'll just put you on there. We'll cart you in.
Well, that shows your compassion. I like that. A little empathy is good.
Right?
That's right.
What was that last question, though?
Yeah, I was just saying X-rays. Oh. So can you do them in your bus that you come to the door with, or how's it work?
I don't have X-rays in the bus itself. I have X-rays at my office at 2623 West Broadway, so people can come there, or I can refer them to an outpatient facility. There's one I use frequently on Dixie Highway, and there are others located throughout the city that we can use. And people just need to go there with a prescription, get the walk in, walk out with the X-rays, and so that's how we do X-rays. And like I said, the table is another piece of equipment that a lot of people are like, how can you do chiropractic at home? Don't you need a big, huge table? And the ones we use at the office do weigh like 100 pounds or more, but the portable one that I use is, I don't know, 35 pounds.
Nice.
It just folds right up, and it's very sturdy. I picked it after years of using portable tables, and found a really nice one that's easy, folds up easy, very sturdy, and I can carry it in a house or unfold it in the bus if I need to.
Chiropractor to you, there's the information right there. Give him a call today, whether it's in his office or he'll come to you. I love the idea. Chiropractor to you.